Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, today we will be learning how to tile a pattern. Okay, so in the last lesson we learned how to make an 8-folded pattern. Now we're going to learn how to replicate it all over the page. So we're going to be creating 4 of those same patterns together, and that's called tiling a pattern. Okay, so first obviously you're going to need your marking in the center of the page, which will enable you to make a straight line. So here, that is my mark in the middle. Now I'm just going to make a straight line. Okay, like so. Now that I've made a center line, I'm going to be making a circle. So if you remember clearly that circle that we made, so I'm going to be making that. So make sure you place your compass in the middle of the page. Okay, and then keep a bit of a gap on the end. Right, once you keep a bit of a gap on the end, so let's keep that gap a bit more. Okay, then we just do a circle. Okay, yep, you can see that. That's brilliant. Now once you have done that, you're going to be doing markings on the side. Now if you remember in the last one, what we did was we created a whole half circle on this side and a whole half circle on that side. This time we're not going to be doing that. We're going to try and keep our drawing and our marking to a minimum. We are going to be doing something similar, but not everywhere. So we're going to be putting our compass on this meeting point here. Okay, and then we're only going to do a line here and a line here. Okay, can you see I didn't do the whole circle, I just did a bit of it on either side. I'm going to be doing the same thing on this side as well. I'm going to be putting the compass right on this meeting point intersection here. Then I'm going to be doing the line here. Okay, and a line there. Now, not having a lot of lines will be appreciated later on, because you're going to see there's going to be quite a lot of lines that actually come about. Right, now that we've done this, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be creating some lines here. Remember what we did? We're going to be creating a cross here and a cross there, so that we know where the center position is for our next line. To do this, obviously we're going to be making the compass around 2/3 of a way across at least. Okay, a little bit more, that should be fine. And we're going to be placing the compass here on that intersection. We're going to be making a mark here. We're going to be placing the compass on this intersection. Right, and we're going to be making a mark here. Okay, so that's your first cross. Okay, I hope you can see that. Right, let me see if I can. Okay, then the next one will be on the other side. So since you already know what I'm doing, I'll just continue with it. So I'll place the compass on that intersection here. One mark there, the other one there. Okay, now those of you who have been practicing the previous grid, you know why these marks are here. Okay, so I'll just get down to business. Now obviously I've mentioned to you I've got a really long ruler, so I'm just going to be placing it this way so it's easier for me to make that line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making a line from this cross here to that cross here, and that should give me a straight line right in the middle of the structure. Okay, now that that is done, I'll just put this ruler here, right? I'll make it back in this position so that you can see what I did. Okay, now once you've done that middle line like this, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be bringing your compass back to its original size. So you're going to be putting it here just to see if it's back to the original size. Right, I think that should do. Yeah, brilliant. Okay, now what you're going to be doing is you're going to be placing the compass on this intersection here, you see over here, and you're going to be making a line on this side. Okay, and a line on this side. Then same on that side. And on that side. Okay, now if you notice, there's a difference between what we did in the previous one and what we're doing here. In the previous one, we did a whole marking right in the middle of the whole page, but if you notice here, we're trying to minimize the amount of markings that we're doing. Okay, this will become clear to you very soon. Now you're going to be creating your perfect square. So if you remember, you're going to be lining up these things here, okay, this point and this point, to create your square. So I'm going to start off on over here. Yeah. And continue all around. Okay, I'm going to do the last one here. Okay, and that should give you a complete and accurate square. Okay, next you're going to be making lines from one end to another diagonally. Okay, so since I've got a longer ruler, I should be able to do it like this. Okay, one, and then the other side as well. Okay, and then you're going to be left with something like this. Okay, so if you see, I made lines right in the middle. Okay, so this is not the end, it's actually kind of the beginning. There's a lot of work to do still. Next, you're going to be creating a square within a square. Okay, so from there to there, first one. Can you see? And you're going to be repeating this all around. Okay, then I'll do the next one. Remember, each of these things, right, that you're doing is there for a purpose, right? If you miss them out, then the next thing won't become clear to you. Okay, so let's continue. And then the other one here. Now you are left with a square within a square. The next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to be dividing this whole thing up into small little squares. Okay, so I'll just put these things here just to give you an idea of what to do. So you're going to be doing a line this way, this way, this way, and this way. Okay, so for that I'm just going to use my long ruler, so it's a bit more easier. So the first line will be across like this. There we go. See? And the next line this way. Right, I'll just turn this around. Okay, there we go. The next line will be this way. And the next line will be over here. So if you notice, you got small little squares all over the place now. Okay, like squares within squares within squares. Now each of these squares have a reason for being there. Okay, you can't overlook why these little squares are there. Now is the tricky part. Okay, now you'll have to put the compass in each of the middle of these squares, right? Can you see that mark that I did? And you'll have to make a circle that fits within this square. Okay, so to do that, you'll have to measure from there to there and get it right. So let's see. Not quite. Is that right? I think that is better. There to there. Yep, I think it's done. Let's give it a go. Okay, so I'll put the compass in the middle of the page, and I'm gonna be drawing a little circle in the middle of that square. So by the looks of it, it worked. Okay, then I'll do the same thing over here. Okay, a little circle in the middle of that square. Like that, I'm going to be repeating it all around. Now that I've made circles in all of these parts, now comes the next part of the pattern, which will be to make lines all along these intersections, right, everywhere, and that should give us a more noticeable grid for our tiling of the 8 folded pattern. Okay, now for the next part, as I've explained to you, we'll have to go along these lines, okay, and create lines within lines. Okay, so I don't think I can manage with this small little ruler, so I'm going to get my bigger ruler and see what I can do with that. Okay, so there we go. Right, you can go over there. So you're going to be measuring by use of the outer part of the circle. You know those mini circles? Can you see where those intersections have been created? You're going to be using those intersections to draw the lines. Okay, don't get confused with all the other lines that are there. For now, these are the lines, you know, the lines that have been created on the outer part of those little circles and those intersections here. That is what you're going to be focusing on, and that is what's going to be giving you the pattern that you want. Okay, so I just put little marks there just to give you an idea of what you're going to be using. Okay, so let's start. Now remember, just play a bit of dot to dot here. All right, don't go all the way to the edge of don't go all the way to the edge on this side. Right, what you do, if you want to, you can, but it's not necessary because eventually you are going to be taking all of this off. Right, so I'll go all the way down. There we go. Can you see? Right, you're going to be doing that. So first you're going to be doing it like this, like this, like this, like that. Then you're going to be doing it on the side. So I'll show you what to do. So I'm just going to do all of these middle ones, whatever I can do in this position first. Okay, because you've got it all lined up, don't worry, the line should come out straight. Okay, so just get on with it. Then along this line here, if you focus on the lines that you're supposed to focus on, don't worry, you're not going to get it wrong. Okay, because you've already done the measurement beforehand, because you've already put the dots there and you know exactly where those intersections are. Once you line up the ruler, it should go according to plan. All right, now that I've done all of it this way, I'm going to be doing all of it the other way. Okay, so just line that up here and this dot to that dot, make it into a straight line and start using your pencil. Okay, so there we go. Then from there to there, then from there to there, so as you can see, there are a lot of lines in this, which is why in the beginning you minimize the lines that you were doing so that it gives you, you know, more of a view of what you're doing. Okay, so once that is done, if you look carefully, you made 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, right? Extra lines from this side to this side, from that side to that side. Okay, right, now we're going to be getting on with the next part of what we need to do. After doing these lines, now you're going to be doing some diagonal lines. Okay, and what you're going to be doing, see that those initial boxes that you had, right? You're going to be doing lines in between that. So the first line you're going to be doing is only for this box here. The next line is going to be from this point. It's going to go all the way down and it's going to actually cover 3 circles until it meets up to here. Okay, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'll just start because it's like that. I'll just start like this, so that way I can just come down diagonally. Okay, so here's the first one. Can you see? Okay, then the next one will be from here all the way down up to here. Okay, so if I have to position my ruler in this place like that, right, it should cover all 3 circles, and I'll tell you and I'll show you how that works out. So I'm going to do all the way from one end to the other end. All right, so can you see this line covered from 1 circle all the way down to the third circle, right? Then we're going to be doing the same thing on this side. Okay, so remember it's going to be covering 3 circles. So I'll put it there. There we go. Then here only one circle. Now you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Okay, so just turn this around. Here 3 circles are going to cover. Remember, you're going to be using the initial boxes that you know you inside every box there were 4 boxes, so you're going to be using those boxes for your reference point. So that would be from here up to here. Look, from here up to here, because those are the initial boxes, isn't it? So let's start. Okay, then we're going to be doing it over here. Same, we're going to be doing it from this end to this end. So we're going to cover 3 of those circles, right? Okay, then we're just going to do 1 over here. Now once that is complete, we have our grid for a tiled 8-folded pattern. Okay, and now it will become clear as to what I'm talking about. So next you will need a marker. Okay, so I'm going to be using a gold marker today. I'm not sure how well it's going to be showing on the paper, but I'm still going to use it. And just so that the ink doesn't really go below, right, I'm going to be putting another paper there. So what you're going to need is, obviously you're going to need a ruler. Now for this stage I can use my small one because I'm only going to be covering from this point to this point. You know those the outer line that I did here, that line here, you're not going to really do anything to it. You're going to leave it. That was there for you to create a grid, right, which you have done. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Okay, so first thing is I'm going to be placing my ruler from there to there. Now the main thing here is, you can actually see the outline of an 8-pointed pattern. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to be coloring from this point to this point, but you're going to be leaving this triangle here, right? Then you're going to be doing it up to here only, right? Make sure you don't cover this part, right? So let's start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. One, two, 1, 2. Can you see? Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing on this side as well. So make sure you're careful here, right? Because you've gone through all of that trouble to create a wonderful grid, but then right on the last minute you kind of messed it up, right? I don't think you'll feel that happy about it, right? You're going to be continuing like this all throughout. So let me continue. Okay, if you can notice, yep, it's coming out beautifully. Do the same thing over here. Okay, that should do. There, up to there. Right, now that that is done, I'm going to be doing the same thing on the other side. So I'm just going to flip this around, right? And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, all right? If you notice, I'm being really careful, right? You can't be hasty when it comes to doing geometry. It takes a bit of patience, but the end result is always wonderful. Okay, let's do from there to there, there to there, there to there, there to there. Always remember, right? You're going to be leaving this triangle shape out, right? You're not going to be doing anything to it yet, right? Let's do this one. So I'm doing it quite slowly. I could have rushed, I could have fast forwarded it, I could have just paused the recording and then like showed you the next part, but I just want to show you how careful you ought to be when you're doing this stuff. All right, that's why I'm showing you the whole video. By the looks of it, some of the ink has gone onto the ruler, see, so you have to be careful. Okay, that's that part, that part done. Now for the next part is you take it from here all the way till here, not a problem, because these stars or these 8-pointed patterns will actually join up. So I'll show you what to do. So I can take it from there all the way down to here, and from there to there, right? See? Okay, you can do that on the other side as well. Just get rid of any same when you do on this side, right? You can start from here up to here, and from there up to here, okay? Because these points will actually meet. I'm not saying you're going to get it right in the first go, right? But it will come. So I'll take it from there to there, then from there to there, then from there to there, right? See? So you can actually take it from this end to this end, right? Because these points are going to be meeting. Now that I've done that part, right, I'm going to be, I might as well do this since I'm on this side. Okay, so from there to there, from there to there, similarly on top. So whichever side you start on, finish on that side. It just it's easier for you to remember where you are and how much you've done. And from there to there. Now that I've done this side, I'm just gonna turn this over like this. I'm going to do the other side, and that should give me my 8-folded pattern. So I'll first do this. Okay. Okay. As you can see, the shape is taking. You can see the shape now. So I'll do it from here to here. Should be able to come over here. From there to there, and here this is along. Okay, there, and then do the same thing over here. So from there to there, here to here, from here to here, and then I've got that little bit left here, which I'll do as well. There. Okay, if you see, I've got a tiling effect. Okay, it's the same pattern but it's being repeated. Okay, and then lastly, well, not really lastly, I've still got this part here. So hang on, there to there, there to there, and from there all the way up to there. Okay, and then my last part is here. Okay, so there and there. Okay, and then this little part is left there. Then hang on, that little part is left there as well. So you just have to make sure that all of the parts are done. Once all of the parts are done, you're going to be left with a lovely tiled, okay, 8-folded pattern. Okay, if you want to, you can even put a mark around here, you can color it in, you can do so many other things. So obviously in this situation, I'm going to be rubbing all of these pencil marks off, and then I'm going to be coloring it with the coloring of my choice. So I hope you've understood the lesson. I hope it's been made clear to you. I've tried my best. Obviously the best way for you to learn is for you to actually try it out. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.